Today I'm happy to be once again joined by Megan Rosso, the Crops Extension Specialist for the Government of Saskatchewan, and she is here today to give us this week's edition of the Crop Report. And so thank you so much for being with me today, Megan.
Thanks for having me.
Last week we talked a lot about how seeding had begun across Saskatchewan. It was a little bit behind the usual 5-year average. Have we seen a really big jump to get back closer to that usual average this week?
Yeah, producers have made substantial progress in seeding over the last week. Seeding is currently at 32% complete in the province. This is up 20% from last week's reported seeding progress percentage.
And Megan, what really drove this huge jump that we saw this week?
Producers have had some good seeding conditions across the province. Had a couple rain delays, but were able to get back into the field fairly quickly. So yeah, they've been having some good conditions to seed into. Then that's really speeded up progress across the province.
And now we'll focus on Lloydminster and the Northwest region as a whole. We were a little bit behind the usual 5-year average for seeding. Have we seen a big jump as well over this past week?
So the Northwest region is up to about 33%. And they were at about 8% last week. So quite a big jump within your Northwest region for sure.
And Megan, how do we compare to previous years with the amount of seeding that's been done, but we've also got a good amount of moisture, and how that outlook is looking for the growing season of 2024?
Yeah, for sure. So with the current percentage of 33% seeded within the Northwest region, this does fall below the 5-year average that we are typically seeing within the region of 55%. But that being said, those were some years that were under some drier conditions. We've had a little bit of moisture, which has slowed some progression. But ultimately, with the dry conditions that we've had in past years, as well as early in the spring, the rain delays have been welcome for the majority of producers, just as we get into some better conditions for crops to go into.
And finally, Megan, is there anything else you would like to highlight in this week's crop report?
Hoping that guys continue to have some good seeding conditions going forward. And if they have any questions, we welcome them to call into our Agriculture Knowledge Center. The phone number is 1-866-457-2377, and we have a variety of specialists that can answer any questions that they may have.
Thank you so much for all the information, Megan, and we definitely look forward to talking to you again about the next crop report.
Thanks for having me.